I don't know how this happened, but folks, I love Mastermind's acquisition. You know, we have Vanishing Light to get us there. What could go wrong? Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. Today's jank is back in Historic, and we are playing some Hidden Stockpile. I love this card. Very, very fun Magic card. 2-mana enchantment, Revolt. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, create a 1/1. Then you can pay 1, sack a creature, scry 1. Pretty unassuming, but like, the question you've got to ask yourself is how many 1/1s should you get for 2 mana? Well, there's like Raise the Alarm and other token producers like that, so you can get 2 regular 1/1s for 2 mana, right? These are artifact creatures, so if you've got artifact synergies, you could even make more use of it, but you know, okay, fair enough. So throughout the course of the game, you've got to have 2 things on your side of the battlefield leave for this to justify itself. Okay, since they don't come right away, maybe 3? But this thing can make so many tokens over the course of the game. Very, very good. It's also an onboard way of getting tokens for free. You know, you don't ever have to invest any more mana into it. So when you have Anointed Procession out, one of the problems is, a lot of the time, you'll like, oh, History Benalia or Legion's Landing or something. You'll make tokens turns 1, 2, and 3, and then slam Anointed Procession, and you're like, I hope I draw some token producers, right? No. This, being on board, gets to continue doing that thing. Very nice. So, ways of triggering Revolt. Birth of Melodus, any sagas. So, Birth of Melodus will leave. Elspeth's Nightmare will leave. History Benalia will leave. All of those things trigger our Hidden Stockpile. But then just also generically having creatures is good. We've currently got a 1 of Othakaya. I'm pretty not sure about that. We'll see how it plays. It's quite possible this is just better as hard removal. I don't know. Maybe some instant speed interaction or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But it is an enchantment. And of course, the other part of our deck, folks, is enchantment synergies. So we're a Sigil of the Empty Throne deck. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. So that's why we chose the Oath of Kai here. It's also really good in like the mono red matchup. So we'll see. But that's the justification for now. We also have 3 main deck Wrath, 1 Settle the Wreckage, a couple of Elspeth Conqueror's Deaths, and of course, my love, any and all excuse to play Ethereal Absolution is a good one. And yes, Enchantment Synergies is a great way of doing it. Then, of course, Felidar Retreat, you're all familiar with that. We have a 1 of Vanishing Light for Mastermind's acquisition, going to find it, and just having an additional answer in the main. And then some token-producing Legion's Landings, of course, as well. It is notable we have 4 Fabled Passage to try and trigger the Hidden Stockpile. It's justifiable to maybe run some number of Evolving Wilds or something, though I did not, because we wanted some Castle Ardenvales. We only have 2. And part of me would like a couple more, but we went with a couple of Bright Climb Pathways instead, just to make sure our mana is always fixed. It's possible we could do with more Castle Ardenvale there. That said, we are a Mastermind's acquisition deck, and we have a number of things in the wish board to go and get, but Mastermind's acquisition, of course, also lets us tutor through our own library if we want to. Notably, folks, we have Heliod's Intervention in the board for the like mono brown matchup, for the blue-white auras matchup, things like that. We have a number of different Wraths that we can go and get, as well as some other enchantment payoffs, such as 1 of our Anointed Processions and Arcana Sun's Grace, another Felidar Retreat, as well as the last Sigil of the Empty Throne, all here. Not to mention a 3rd Ethereal Absolution, should we choose to get that down. Boy, oh boy, giving all your stuff +3/+3 and their stuff -3/-3. The stuff of dreams, folks. But notably, we also have some cheap stuff. Grafdigger's Cage, Dawn of Hope, Sorcerer's Spyglass for relevant matchups. And we have Overwhelming Splendor, which is, of course, a combo with Ethereal Absolution. This changes all of their creatures into 1/1s. And then Ethereal Absolution says creatures your opponents control, get -1/-1. So they just never get to have creatures again. Should we be able to line that up? I wouldn't be more excited. We'll find out if we can. That said, let's take it out for some games, shall we? All right, folks. Yeah, yeah, we can keep this. I think this hand is pretty good. We will need to draw lands. Hey, looky there. And the Fabled Passage will even follow up the hidden stockpile and be triggering it. Feels good, man. Okay. Get on in there, little vampire friend. Opponent looking over our hidden stockpile, doing a little bit of reading. I don't blame you, opponent. What are they doing over there? So far, just Boros. They Banishing Light. Our Legion's landing. You will likely wish you had that one back, opponent. Unless... They could, I guess, be playing Pillow Fort, and they really don't care then. Alright. We're going to go ahead and get a swamp with this, because we have other ways of fetching a... plains in the deck, so we don't want to run ourselves out of plainses, so to speak. Outlaws Merriment. Oh my goodness. I love it, opponent. You have the John Likes Games jank approved, or jank stamp of approval, I should say. Please forgive me. And you know what? Yeah, let's just get down a Felidar Retreat here, I think. Nothing left the battlefield, so we don't get anything off of our hidden stockpile. Elspeth Conquers Death gonna come down and get our Felidar Retreat. That is annoying, but it's definitely not the worst, or the most threatening card, even in our hand. So, not going to do too much crying about that. That said, let's get in. Yep, opponent trades. They actually gain life on this exchange, but we trade a 1-1 for a 2-1, and I think that's fine. We also get to make a 1-1 now. Yeah, we're just going to go for it. Sigil of the Empty Throne. Opponent gets a 3-1. Non-creature spells, more expensive for us this turn. Divine Visitation for our opponent. Good heavens. That is not good news. Because we can't get rid of it this turn. Alright, so we're going to go to the sideboard. And get... a... It's possible we just want that Cleansing Nova. It gets us back... We kill our own hidden stockpile and sigil, but we get rid of all of their stuff. We could also just get down an Ethereal Absolution or Overwhelming Splendor. I think it's the Overwhelming Splendor because... Alright. Then we don't even need to worry about getting rid of these things. They just... It is what it is. Alright, opponent gets a Clifftop Retreat and passes. We make a land drop. We are going to Elspeth Conquers Death, make an Angel of our own. Get rid of Divine Visitation. Opponent going to Omen of the Sun. Oh, boy. Making not one, but two 4/4 Flying Angels, folks. Yeah, folks, it appears as though we are in a quite the jank off here. One jank versus another jank, as they say, and I love it, for the record. I think our opponent is doing a really, really cool thing. I could not approve more. Yeah, you know what? Actually, we will keep that. I was going to go look for another land. We are going to find a land here. At some point. So that's not a concern. But if they do get another Legion's Landing this turn, or I'm sorry, Divine Visitation this turn, we will really wish we had a way of getting rid of it. So we will do that thing. 1 damage going somewhere. It's going at our 1/1, likely. Indeed, it does. Kaladesh Retreat. Oh, boy. Yeah, okay. And the land drop. Gonna make a cat? Nope. Going to give 1/1 counters. Yeah, well. Block and block. Yeah, I think these things are fine. We could sack and get another Scry, but I think we do still want the Banishing Light, right? So, Wrath God. Banishing Light. Get rid of the Kaladesh Retreat. The Outlaw's Merriment, very annoying as well, for the record. But, and Crow and War! Oh my word, I was not expecting that. Holy cats. Alright. That player. Yeah. Holy cow. We are still going to need something good off the top here. Yeah, good heavens. Oh, okay, that's a good one. That is a good one. History Benalia, gonna make an angel. Yep. We've got to attack with everybody because that's what the Encron War says we have to do. Yeah, damage is dealt. We're on 4 life, folks. Not looking good. Opponent makes a 1/1. It doesn't have haste because, you know, these things don't. But we do get our 4/4 back. All right, well, we're going to make a 1/1. Oh, boy. Lettuce. We got lettuce, folks. Yes, please. And going to get in with all of these folks. Opponent going to make a 1/1? Oh, no, they can't, because this says players can't activate abilities that aren't those things. Yeah, all right, well. I'm not going to lie, that's not unexpected, but it is disappointing. So we're going to go and get our last 3 basics out of there. And yeah, we can end the turn. We get a 1/1. As soon as we activate our Castle Ardenvale. Our opponent gets a 1/1 for free, though. That is exceedingly unfortunate. At 4 life, though, I can't imagine they have too much burn, if any at all. So, that part, not so bad. But, definitely pretty anxious about this whole situation. Pretty scary, scary stuff. Flanau 14, thinking things over. Trying to decide what to do. All right. Continuing to think. Friend? Not quite sure what's going on there. Yeah, thinking it over. This is a tough turn. Things get difficult on our opponent. Next turn, like we get a free hidden stockpile trigger. We get to make a wall, which will help block. We get a token now, but at the very least, we can make another token next turn. And all of their creatures, every single one of them, is a 1/1 with no abilities. Yeah, normally the Outlaw's Merriment tokens at least have haste, but this says, and lose all abilities, and have base power and toughness 1/1. So definitely a difficult situation for our opponent to find themselves in. Definitely important that they think things over. Running out of time, though. They will have to make a decision soon. Final timeout exhausted, and they elect just past the turn. All right. Oh boy, that's a good one. Yeah, Ethereal Absolution means, folks, they don't ever get creatures again. And we have lethal anyway, so GG, opponent, GG. It was an honor. Of course, again, those for those of you curious why I was saying they don't ever get creatures, there is a combo here. Their creatures are 1/1s. Creatures your opponents get control get -1/-1, right? So had a little bit of a combo there. Either way, opponent, it was an honor. They were doing something very, very cool. And a jank player after my own heart. I approve. Flanau 14, I approve. All right, folks, here we are, up against Dino. I mean, if we're not willing to keep this, I don't know why we built this deck, darn it. Oh boy, Allosaurus Shepherd is a terrifying card. Oh boy, that's a really good draw. That is a terrifying card. And holy cow, that thing can get out of hand in a hurry. Oh. Okay. That's good news. Well, let's Birth of Melodus. Get ourselves a Plains. Do you want to trade, opponent? No. Darn it. Okay. Fine. Fine. Have it your way. Scoop it up. That must have been a really weird Elves hand, folks. What I'm expecting they maybe had was something like 2 lands, the Allosaurus Shepherd, like, I don't know, 2 Arc Priests or Arc Elves or whatever the heck, the one Archmage, whatever, the one that taps for 1 billion mana, right? A couple of those, and then some Collected Company is what I'm kind of expecting. But holy cow, that's a weird Elves hand to keep, for sure. But either way, I mean, we got the win. I don't know. Can't really complain. Good game, opponent, good game. All right, folks, Joe Free 62 is our opponent, and yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep this. It's a little awkward. We like these Fabled Passages to come down after Hidden Stockpile, you know, but yeah, it's a 3-land, 3.5 land hand with interaction. And very powerful endgame stuff, so, like, I don't know, I'm, like... It seems a little greedy to be asking for more than this hand, you know what I mean? Joe Free 62, thinking things over. Trying to decide whether or not to keep this hand. I assume they're going to, or they maybe mulligan to 6. Oh, wow, no, they did keep. All right, well, fine. We're actually going to go ahead and get a Plains here, which seems awkward since we have a white mana and we're going to get another Plains, but we don't really need a ton of double black. And this then comes in untapped as long as we have that. Oh, okay, that's very convenient indeed. Birth of Melodus, go ahead and grab us another Plains yet. Feels good, man. Yeah, opponent just continuing to do not a whole lot. Well, let's, I guess, follow suit. It is what it is, you know? All right. Yeah, I mean, they could have, you know, an Assassin's Trophy or more likely like Maelstrom Pulses and things. So I think we're going to wait. Well, we would rather save the sigils. So let's cast the Felidar Retreat, even though we can't follow it up the land. I was going to say, let's wait for our, you know, for a land so that we can follow it up or whatever. But, you know, if our opponent is going to destroy something, it seems like destroying the Felidar Retreat would be better for us. So, well, how about a kitten and a sigil? All right, folks. I mean, we're doing our thing. This is definitely a thing to do. Oh boy, Phyrexian Obliterator. That is a scary one, but I think that is absolutely okay with us. So let's. Well, no, they're gonna fight, aren't they? All right, so let's do this first then. Banishing Light, make an angel. Get rid of the Phyrexian Obliterator. Then Hidden Stockpile, make an angel. Then Fabled Passage, get some counters and vigilance. And Joffrey's like, actually, we're done here. Yeah, folks, that was, I don't know. I think that was a good turn. Where I come from, this is the sort of turn that you would look at and say, yeah, that was a good one. You know, so, that's, we're pretty happy about that. Good game, opponent, good game. All right, folks, here we are up against Josh88. Good luck, Josh88. This is a really, really slow hand. We should not keep this. It would be a really bad idea to keep this hand. But darn it, here we are. I don't know how this happened, but folks, I love Mastermind's acquisition. You know, we have Vanishing Light to get us there. What could go wrong? He says without any confidence whatsoever. Oh, my word. I don't know why I'm doing this, but, you know, as it turns out, our opponent, as long as they don't hit us with, like, Thought Seizes, this is very good. Oh, boy. Yes, please. The All-Seed of Life's Bounty still can't, or can't be sacrificed to give protection from white here because, darn it, banish, or they were tapped out, you know? So, feels good, man. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and fire off Mastermind's acquisition right now for... I think it might just be Heliod's intervention. There are a number of defensible choices here, not the least of which is just like, you know, Grafdigger's Cage and stuff, because our opponent is clearly a graveyard-based deck. But I think it's just going to be Heliod's intervention because our opponent's clearly doing lots of enchantment-based stuff, right? Would not be at all surprised. Okay, sure, Lurrus the Dream Den. All right, we dropped to 12. Okay, Birth of Melodus. Come on down. Get a Plains. Plains down, Legion's Landing down. Should be able to chump, hopefully. And buy ourselves another turn. We'll see what happens. Okay, Deadweight. Sure, can't chump. Get in for 3. Alright, make an 0-4. Yeah, I guess let's go get a swamp. And yeah, we're just going to slam an Ethereal Absolution here. That makes it harder for their Deadweight, Myers Grasp stuff to work on our wall. It also buys us more time. We can start eating up the graveyard as well if our opponent doesn't do anything, right? So I think this is all fine. Okay, here comes the Lurrus. And Deadweight gonna come down. Sentinel's Eyes. Either one's a defensible pick here. It's possible we're supposed to just go to the board and get a board sweeper. Okay, it is Deadweight. Yeah. Okay. But all right. Mastermind's Acquisition. Going to search our library for a card. Going to be Wrath of God. And then we're going to shock in for Heliod's Intervention. Our opponent can, of course, sacrifice it to give Lurrus protection, but darn, we're not going after Lurrus, right? It seems like that's just a waste of mana here. So now our opponent can get something back. So yeah, all the glitters seems like a reasonable thing to do. And Sentinel's Eyes? Oh, Cartouche. Okay. Lurrus now a 5/4. Oh boy, do they have another all the glitters? That would not be great. Okay, Sentinel's Eyes coming on back. Yeah, sure. Up to 7 power. Not great. All right, Lurrus goes away. History Benalia coming on down. We are at 2, folks. This is not great. We will have to get something going on here. Ooh, oh boy, that's a Core Spirit Dancer. And Sentinel's Eyes coming out of the bin. Sure enough, it is. Core Spirit Dancer grows up to a 2/4. All right. Well, folks, that wasn't quite what we were looking for, but that's all right. I guess we'll just hang on for now. See what our opponent gets up to over there. If they can give it flying, you know, we're kind of in a lot of trouble. We have a chump block because we can exile the Lurrus here. But our opponent's at 37. Like, you know, good heavens, folks. That's a lot of life to chew through. Opponent reading Ethereal Absolution again. Gets another Core Spirit Dancer. Good lord. Alright. And the Agadeem's Awakening comes on down. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and eat this Lurrus right now. Because they can't have more than, you know, they can't have any in the main. Alright. We're going to get in just with those for now. Get a Castle Ardenvale down. And wait. Maybe we were supposed to Wrath of God there. But I was kind of hoping to be able to... Alright. I'll shoot, folks. That's not great. Alright, we transform Legion's Landing. and Wrath of God. Doing Wrath of God-y things. Alright. They go to pass. We are going to eat a Core Spirit Dancer and not look back. Absolutely. Oh, Elspeth Conquers Death. That is a good one. Alright. Going to get down a Godless Shrine tapped. Just make sure we keep... we have the ability to eat up a bunch of graveyard with also having the ability to make extra dudes and all that, right? So let's eat this other Core Spirit Dancer, because we really don't want to see those folks come back. Those are some nasty, nasty ladies. Mean, mean, mean folk. So we're going to get in, gain a little bit of life back, thank heavens. Get down a hidden stockpile and pass. We could have sacrificed a creature here to actually get a servo. You know, it would have kind of recycled itself. We gain one scry. But to be flatly honest, we wanted to make sure to keep our lifelink on board, just in case that ended up mattering. As it turns out, though, ladies and gentlemen, we get the win, and darn it, feels good, man. Feels good. GG, opponent. GG. All right, folks, we are back. Oh, my goodness. That was a lot of fun. The deck honestly did pretty well. I'm not quite sure on our record, but we were at least 50%. The first 3 in a row, I know, but then we actually lost a couple in a row, so I'm not sure where we ended up. But boy, oh boy, we had a great time just slamming enchantments over and over and over. We even pulled off the Ethereal Absolution Overwhelming Splendor combo right there. Near the end, that was just a glorious time. I'm not gonna lie, we never saw the Oath of Kaya, but I'm just feeling more and more like this really doesn't belong. This probably should be something else. Let me know down in the comments below what you think we ought to go to. It could just be Mortify. There are plenty of enchantments out there, so being able to destroy a creature or enchantment seems like a good idea. Could be another board sweeper, darn it. There were a couple of situations where we really wish we might have had another Wrath of God. But the other thing it could be is just, you know, darn it, maybe just another Birth of Melodus. Just get a local lower on the curve. Maybe we don't need the interaction so much. Maybe we just need to make sure we are always hitting our land drops. I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Either way, boy, folks, honestly, I had a great time. I highly recommend this deck, at least for fun. I'm not surprised I enjoyed a Hidden Stockpile deck, because holy crud, I am always anxious to play this thing. But, you know, hopefully you can enjoy it too. Either way, I do stream on Twitch, so if you like what you see here, we will be playing this deck tonight on the Twitch channel. So come on out and see us. Come on out and see us. You'd love it. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 5 nights a week, I'm streaming. So come on out. We'd love to have you. Either way, I will talk to you all next time.